Welcome back, horror fans and curious gamers alike. Today we're diving into the long-lost horror classic that has been resurrected for the modern era. A game that's been whispering about in horror circles for decades, but has finally found its way into the Western hands. I'm talking about Clock Tower Rewind, and this is more than just a re-release. It's a faithful revival of a cult classic that introduced one of horror gaming's most unforgettable villains, the Scissorman. So grab a seat, turn down the lights, and let's step into the darkness of Clock Tower Rewind. Originally released back in 1995 on the Super Famicom, Clock Tower was a game that didn't just show us what fear looked like, it actually made us feel it. Developed by Human Entertainment, this survival horror title became a cult classic in Japan, and it's known for its disturbing imagery, intense chase sequences, and a unique point-and-click mechanic. But for years, English-speaking audiences like ourselves had no official way of experiencing it. Clock Tower Rewind, published by WayForward and Limited Run, finally brings this chilling classic to the West with a few thoughtful updates that honor its legacy while making it accessible to today's players. The story of this game revolves around Jennifer Simpson, an orphan from the Granite Orphanage, who, along with her friends, has been adopted by a mysterious benefactor named Simon Bowers, and they're brought into the sprawling, eerie mansion of the titular Clock Tower. But things quickly take a turn for the worse. As Jennifer finds herself alone, her friends are gone, and the only thing accompanying her is a growing sense of dread. But it isn't long before she encounters the mansion's real resident horror, the Scissorman, who is a twisted, deformed figure with giant shears, stalking her through every dark hallway, every quiet room, and every creaky stair. And what makes this story so haunting isn't just the narrative though, it's how much is left unexplained. Clock Tower understands that horror is often what we don't see or understand. Throughout the game, Jennifer can uncover hints about the Burrows family's dark history, but not everything's spelled out for you. This title is a point-and-click survival horror game, a format rarely seen in horror these days. So instead of running, shooting, or even directly controlling Jennifer's movements, you must guide her through the mansion using a cursor. And you'll investigate rooms, picking up items, and solving puzzles that are often needed to survive your encounter with the Scissorman. And when he appears, then trust me, you'll know when he does. It's a mad scramble to find a hiding spot or even defend yourself. This isn't a power fantasy, this is horror at its purest form. And this Rewind edition brings a couple of subtle but very welcome changes to the gameplay. There's an actual rewind feature that lets you undo your actions from the last few seconds, which is perfect for those moments when the Scissorman suddenly appears, and you'll realize you've cornered yourself. It's a neat touch that doesn't make the game any less terrifying. And there's also a panic button for when Jennifer is trapped, but using this is more like a last-ditch effort. And since Jennifer's stamina depletes as she runs, you can't rely on endless sprinting, and this helps to keep the tension high, as you're often forced to think, strategize, and act wisely, or suffer the consequences. Now let's talk about the atmosphere, because that's where Clock Tower shines the brightest. The visuals may be retro, but with this release they're crisp and faithful to the original Super Famicom release, and you have the option to play with or without the CRT filter. And while this might seem like a small detail, it's just one of the ways that the game retains the classic grainy horror feeling. Plus the pixelated environments are hauntedly crafted, from the dimly lit corridors to the chilling, frozen expressions on Jennifer's face whenever Scissorman appears. But the real start of Clock Tower's atmosphere is the sound design. There's a minimalist soundtrack, yes, but it's punctuated by the moments of pure dread. The chilling sound of Scissorman as he closes in, Jennifer's quickening breath as her stamina runs out, and the echoing creaks of the mansion. WayForward also introduces newly animated scenes and a fully voiced opening theme, which for me enhances the experience without overshadowing the original's charm. Is Clock Tower Rewind worth your time? Well, if you're a fan of classic horror or a lover of all things retro, this is a no-brainer. Yes, the gameplay can feel a bit slow compared to modern survival horror, and yes, the point-and-click mechanics require patience, but for me that's part of the charm. Clock Tower doesn't hold your hand, it's a game that asks you to dive in, embrace its obscure puzzles, and entertain the tension of being completely defenseless. It's the kind of horror that sticks with you, that gets under your skin, and that keeps you coming back to try another ending or discover a new detail. For me, this game's a 7.8 out of 10. And it's a really good game, one that I can recommend to you all. If you've played it, did you like it, would you recommend it? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching till the end, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a great day.